Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lightside Music Reactions. It's thundering out a little bit, so we may get some heavy rain here any moment now. But I was just scrolling on YouTube, and a video just popped up that in my feed from somebody that I know personally. It's Marvin Clark of the Marvin and Dina Clark family. I've already reacted to one of their songs here earlier in a year or two ago on this channel. But apparently he's got this new band, and I wasn't aware of it. It's called the Marvin Clark Band, and they just performed at the Ohio Valley Opry a couple days ago, and they just uploaded the video of their performance, live performance, to YouTube. So I'm going to put a link in the description where you can go check it out and see the video of them performing it live. And Marvin is a great, phenomenal guitar player, singer, and songwriter, country music, bluegrass, classic country, and modern country. He does it all. In fact, he ran a recording studio that actually helped my band record our first project back in 1996 and 1997. And he and his family have been great inspiration to my band and myself throughout all the years. And we've kind of lost contact with each other. Of course, you get busy with all the stuff of life, and I haven't seen or talked to them in a long time. But I saw this pop up, and I've got to react to it. Unfortunately, there's no lyrics on here, so I can't follow along with the lyrics and comment directly on what they are. So depending on how much of them I can retain, I'll probably just comment on the lyrics in general and focus mostly on the music on this one. But once again, there's a link in the description to the original video. When you're done here, be sure to go over, check that out, and give the Ohio Valley Opry some support on their channel. It's a local organization where they perform some great classic country music and Christian music and bluegrass, and it's basically like the Grand Ole Opry, except in a small town. From Belpre, Ohio is where they're located right now. But anyway, it's posted on Facebook, and the caption says, "Here's a little song Marv wrote about 30 years ago. The lyrics seem more fitting now than back then." And so I followed the Clark family for many years, decades, but I don't remember this song, American Family Man. So this is going to be a new one to me. Let's go ahead and check this out. Marvin Clark family, I'm sorry, the Marvin Clark Band with American Family Band, live from the Ohio Valley Opry. And here we go. That's Marvin singing lead.
I drink a little iced tea from a mason jar. Wrestle with the kids, and it's off to bed. And when morning comes, I'll start all over again. 'Cause I'm a family man.
Great harmonies.
I do the best I can. I don't make a lot of money, but I got a lot of friends. I like John Wayne, Westerns, Alan Jackson, Kurt Johnson, and the Constitution. I'm a red-blooded American family man.
Red-blooded American Family Man. All right, so I'm not sure who all these guys are that's part of his official band now. It used to be him with his wife and their daughters, and then the daughters grew up and started getting married, and then they started introducing the daughters' boyfriends and husbands into the band. But I'd known them since way back in the day when their daughters were young children and getting up and sing with them. And I remember when we were in the studio recording our first project, the daughters were young enough that they were basically 5 or 6, 7 years old, and crawling around the studio and listening to us perform. They were always well behaved as children and attentive. They were used to hearing the bluegrass and the country music style, and then with my band came in with a little bit more of a rock and roll sort of feel. Back then we hadn't really got into the edgy kind of music yet that we'd done, but it was a little bit edgier than they were used to. So we got their attention, and we were younger back then, fresh out of high school. When we recorded that project, I was probably about 23, 24 years old. and the rest of us were all about the same age, between 20 and 25. And so it was more appealing, I think, to the children, because this was a little bit different, a little bit more kid-friendly than probably what they were used to hearing all the time. And a little bit different, just something different for a change. And I remember Ty, the second daughter, Leia was the oldest one, then Ty was the second one. And I remember Ty crawling up underneath the soundboard while we were recording in the booth, and she'd just sit there underneath the sound booth and listen to us perform. And it was just so cute back then. But anyway, they don't, I guess the girls don't sing with them anymore. Leia, the oldest one, passed away a few years ago. But the girls ended up growing up, getting married, and Ty and her husband actually performed with them for a while. In fact, the video I think that I recorded or I reacted to before may have been one where Ty was singing with them. But this is a brand new band with all new musicians, and so I don't know who these guys are. So if any of you guys are familiar with them and know a little bit more about who these other instrumentalists and singers are, go ahead and comment down below, because Marvin's the only one right now that I recognize. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and scroll this back. Obviously, the song it's talking about growing up as a family man and having a family, and going through a lot of the iconic stuff that those of you that are parents, you'll recognize some of the humorous stuff about waking up and trying to get the kids ready for school, and then you go through all the classic stuff that's not humorous at the time, but it is when you look back at it. It's frustrating at the time, but then you get up the next day and you start all over again. Let's go ahead and take a listen to these lyrics a little bit at a time. Okay, so it looks like 5 of them on the stage. Got the guitar, the banjo. Work hard all day. I'm tired. Drink a little iced tea from a mason jar. Growing up in the country, that's what you do. Put the kids to bed, and then the morning start all over again. I'm a family man. I do the best I can. I don't make a lot of money, but I got a lot of friends. And Marvin's had some songs that he's written also that carries basically the same theme. And it's a good theme to have in country music. Is, we may not be wealthy, we may not be rich from the standards of monetary value, but when we've got friends, kind of like the line from It's a Wonderful Life at the end, where he gets the note from his brother, or his brother comes over and says that no man is poor who has friends, something along those lines. But it's true, we may not have all the wealth and stuff that a lot of other people have. And growing up, I understand what that's like. When I was a kid, my dad worked hard for a living, just like he's talking about this song. And he worked for a bakery and ended up losing his job when the plant closed down. And I remember we were kids, and that year was going to be a tough Christmas. And we were expecting that it would be a tough Christmas because Dad had lost his job and Mom and Dad didn't have a lot of money to throw around. But they made sure we had a good Christmas. It would have been enough if we just spent time with family and friends, and that's what we did. But when we came home, they had the special gifts for us, too, that we were really wanting that year. And we weren't expecting to get them because we thought, well, Dad can't afford to buy us a lot of stuff for Christmas. So we wanted bicycles that year, and we already were expecting, well, we're not going to get bicycles. But sure enough, when we got home on Christmas Eve, after visiting our grandparents, those bicycles are waiting for us. So Mom and Dad were like this. Dad was a hard worker, always has been his entire life. He's the country farmer, raising cattle and a farm and raising a family and just doing the best he can. And, we never really felt like we were poor, even though somebody else that might have seen our family and thought, well, look at them with their hand-me-down clothes, and they're not wearing the fancy Nikes and Reeboks and stuff that all the other kids are wearing. And they may think that we're not that wealthy, but we're very wealthy because we had love in our family, and our parents did the best they could for us, and we never felt like we were poor. And I think that's what he's getting at in this song is you don't need money in order to be wealthy. When you've got love and you've got friendship with your neighbors, like he said here in the song, I got friends. And so when you've got God in your heart and you've got Christian family and friends and you just do the best you can, that's the country way of life. And then you are truly a rich person. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the song. Oops.
Hey guys, it's up guys. God bless the USA. You know, as an Indian, I have heard God bless the...
All right, my fingers are too fat for these controls. I just completely closed off the player. So I'm going to have to load it back up here and get back into it. All right, here we go.
'Cause I'm a family man. I do the best I can. I don't make a lot of money.
Don't make a lot of money,
Got a lot of friends.
but I got a lot of friends.
I like John Wayne Westerns, Alan Jackson, Good Johnson in the Constitution. I'm a red.
John Wayne movies, Alan Jackson, that's country music. And I think we even reacted to Alan Jackson recently. At least a couple times I've reacted to him. So comment down below if you have any Alan Jackson songs you want me to react to on here. And he said something in the Constitution.
But I've got a lot of friends. I like John Wayne Westerns, Alan Jackson, Good Johnson in the Constitution. I'm a red-blooded
I missed that line.
family man.
A red-blooded American family man. Nice finger picking there, doing the lead on the acoustic guitar. Is that storm coming in?
Sometimes I wonder
Sometimes I wonder
how to make ends meet
how to make ends meet.
with the price of groceries and the price of gasoline.
Oh my goodness.
We'll find a way. We always do. In the morning it'll be alright if I'm here with you.
Boy, it's just like it ripped out of the headlines. Whoever posted this, probably Dina, nailed it when they said that this song is like it's ripped out of today's headlines, more appropriate than now than it was back when he wrote it. The price of gasoline and groceries the way they are, I know you all watching right now, you're all feeling it because it's all the way across the country that we're all feeling that. And you know, hopefully they'll get this situation overseas wrapped up in Iran and get the Strait of Hormuz all straightened out and get things back to somewhat of a normal situation to where we can get our gas prices back to normal. And of course the grocery prices, they're not going down. Once the inflation hits that, the grocery stores and all the fast food places, they all begin setting their new prices. And then once they get a set price for that, the inflation's taken place and it's permanent. And so the only cure for that is for wages to go up too. And that's always slow on the uptake. So that makes it hard, really hard for Americans, just everyday Americans, when you have to deal with inflation when it spikes that much very quickly, because the wages are so slow catching up to it. And the minimum wage is something that, you try to back and forth. And it's a catch-22 because you raise the minimum wage and all of a sudden the employers have to either start laying off employees or cutting jobs. And so that hurts the worker. And you can't really blame the employers for it because they're taking a hit too. And, when their expenses go up in order to run their business and make it profitable, they've got to make cuts as well. And the employees and the consumers have to make cuts when they don't have as much income coming in. You've got maybe the same dollar amount, but that dollar doesn't stretch as far as it used to. So, inflation with the groceries and the gas prices, we're in a tough pickle right now. And so even when the gas prices will go back down and become more manageable, but the grocery prices, the only way they're going to be able to cover that and get back to some sense of affordability is to raise wages. And that's going to be slow going because, like I said, I just wish that the grocery stores and all the retailers and suppliers of food and all that kind of stuff would price based on the actual cost. And once they raise those prices, if the cost goes back down dramatically, lower the prices again. You've got your sales, of course, and stuff, but their retail prices, the regular retail prices, are going to stay high. And they shouldn't do that, I don't think. I think if they brought those back down to where they were 2 years ago, then I think it would make things a lot more manageable for the American consumer. And so I don't want to elaborate too much on that, waste too much time, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I know you do. So hit the like button if you're feeling the pressure in your wallet, and and subscribe to the channel, and keep coming back and watching this because it's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. It may cost you gasoline to fill up your car and cost you a lot of money to get groceries and put on your table, but it doesn't cost you a penny to support this channel with your views, with your subscription. It's all 100% free. So do me a favor and help me out that way, and I appreciate it very much. All right, let's get back into the song.
'Cause I'm a family man. I do the best I can. Don't make a lot of money.
Nice little picking on the banjo there. Church on Sunday in the Constitution. There you go. You got your patriotic theme in there. You love your country and the Constitution, and you're a red-blooded American family man, and you love God and your family and going to church on Sundays. And that's what it's all about here out in the country where I was born and raised in Appalachia. He's nailed it. This is what our lives are like. These are what we value. And in some of the bigger cities and in urban areas, the focus is probably more on other things like social media and entertainment and technology and stuff like that. And of course, you got your family people, but it's a completely different way of life in the city than it is in the country. And I know because I've lived in the country. I was born and raised in the country. And then when I grew up and got out on my own, I spent several years living in the city. And it's a completely different lifestyle. And he's doing a really good job with these lyrics in describing what it's like to be a country, red-blooded American family man.
I like John Wayne, Western, Alan Jackson, church on Sunday and the Constitution. I'm a red-blooded American family man.
Very nice. All right, very cool. All right, so that's the Marvin Clark Band live at the Ohio Valley Opry. And once again, that's located in Belpre, Ohio. So if you're ever traveling through the area, that's in, let's see, Belpre is Washington County, Ohio. It's right on the border of Ohio and West Virginia on the Ohio River. So if you're ever in town, and I think they have their shows on Saturday nights, either Friday nights or Saturday nights. But you can look up their website online, and it can tell you all the information about when they've got upcoming shows, who's going to be performing, and they've had some really classic artists there over the years. Some great legends of country music from the Grand Ole Opry have been there and performed with them, and Marvin and his family, basically they host it every time they perform, and they run the program, and they run the event, and it's just a fantastic thing, so definitely check it out. But I really enjoyed this. It's good to hear another new song from Marvin and Dina, even though actually Dina's not in this one, but from Marvin and his new band. And get a little bit caught up on what they've been doing lately here. He's got the new band. They're sounding great, and I love the song. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my reaction, like I said, hit the like button, comment down below. Somebody's coming in to see me, so I'm going to wrap this up real quick. But comment down below and let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you know whenever we add new content. And we'll see you next time on the Light Side Music Reactions. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Bye.